So how's your 2020 working out? Pretty exciting, right? There's that whole coronavirus thing, quarantine. We found out Carol Baskin killed her husband and got away with it. And now we have murder hornets. If 2020 keeps the hits coming like this, surely we'll have an alien invasion by July. And I'm pretty excited about that because it made for a great movie. Of course, all the shows about viruses were way cooler than the real thing. With all that insanity going on, we do have something good coming out of 2020. Q has finally released a new suppressor, the Jumbo Shrimp. Silencer Shop was good enough to send me a Jumbo Shrimp for review, and they also sent a Trash Panda, so along with my Thunder Chicken, we have the whole trifecta for a very limited time to do some testing that will hopefully help you decide which of these might be the right suppressor for you. Let's get the stats out of the way. The Jumbo Shrimp has an overall length of 5.69 inches and on my scale weighs in at 9.7 ounces. One of the most impressive things about all the Q silencers is the total system weight, because with Q not only is the silencer light, but the muzzle device is too. This gives you a total system weight of only 11.3 ounces. In comparison, the Trash Panda has a length of 6.9 inches, weighs in at 12.3 ounces with a system weight of only 14 ounces. The Thunder Chicken has an overall length of 8.13 inches, weighs in at 16 ounces with a system weight of 17.7 ounces. All weights are on my scale and all silencers are used quite a bit, so they may be slightly heavier than the weights listed on the Q website. All Q silencers have a diameter of 1.75 inches, giving them greater internal volume than the standard 1.5 inch diameter, and adding to their impressive sound suppression. The Jumbo Shrimp is a very unique suppressor, and after talking to many of you on the interwebs, it is very clear that most of you just see this as a K-can from Q because it's the shortest in the lineup. Now, I guess there's no reason that you couldn't use this as a K-can on your 5.56 rifles if that's what you like. But I really don't believe that is necessarily what Q set out to do with this suppressor. You see, the Jumbo Shrimp is bored out to 6.5, and you may be asking yourself, okay, what does that really mean? It means you can definitely run this on your 5.56 guns, and you can use it on 6.5 Creedmoor, 6mm Creedmoor, 260 Remington, and a whole bunch of other calibers as long as they are smaller than 6.5 in diameter. What this also means is you cannot use this suppressor for 30 caliber projectiles, so no 300 Blackout, no 308, no 7.62x39, really no 30 cals. A surprising number of questions on social media about how this would sound on a Honey Badger, and the Jumbo Shrimp is not bored out for the 300 Blackout round, so don't do that. Kevin is already bald and doesn't need any more stress of everyone trying to rebore their Jumbo Shrimps for 30 cal. This means that this can is built to cater to a few roles, and unless you fit one of these roles, this may not be the suppressor for you. I do think that the Jumbo Shrimp is a great suppressor, and it has extremely impressive performance, especially given its size, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. But I do want to say that this is probably not a great first suppressor for the majority of shooters. For most new shooters that are interested in a Q suppressor, I would recommend either the Trash Panda or the Thunder Chicken, because they will give you the versatility of being a 30 caliber suppressor and even better performance on more platforms. Now that is unless the majority of your shooting fits one of these specific roles that I really feel the Jumbo Shrimp excels in. First off, this would make a phenomenal hunting suppressor. If you hunt with 6.5 Creedmoor, this will give you an extremely effective suppressor in a compact, lightweight package that you wouldn't even really notice on the end of your rifle. I also think the Jumbo Shrimp would make a great PRS or competition suppressor, again being so small you'll barely notice it, while giving you excellent suppression, especially given the longer barrels you usually see in a competition rifle. Lastly, for the guys that just have to have a K-can on a 5.56, and it's got to be made by Q, this will fill that role. I will say that the titanium construction of the Jumbo Shrimp doesn't always make for the best material for a 5.56 suppressor. However, the Cherry Bomb helps with this a great deal, and we'll talk more about the Cherry Bomb in a minute. Q has also said that they will be coming out with a 5.56 stainless steel can called the Lefty that would be a better fit for that role. But I know you can get old waiting on new Q products, but just keep in mind, magic ain't cheap or quick. Q does have one major innovation that allows their titanium cans stand up to 5.56 and all calibers better than any of the competition, and that is the Cherry Bomb. Q has done a lot of very impressive and innovative things in their short history, but the most innovative, or at least really close to the top, is the Cherry Bomb. The Cherry Bomb is Q's fast attach muzzle device and works with all of Q's current titanium suppressors, the Thunder Chicken, the Trash Panda, and the Jumbo Shrimp. Titanium cans usually aren't known for their strength, and very few manufacturers would approve serious use on 5.56. Q has made the stainless steel Cherry Bomb basically act as a sacrificial blast baffle for their titanium suppressors. This lets a good portion of the blast get absorbed by the stainless steel Cherry Bomb, and it dissipates the blast, helping preserve the titanium suppressor. This basically allows you to use the Q suppressors harder than you could use a typical titanium can. As if that wasn't enough, there are some more impressive features to the Cherry Bomb. First off, it is completely symmetrical, meaning that you tighten it onto the barrel with no concerns of orientation. This not only makes installation stupid easy, it also eliminates the need for shims, which can lead to some alignment issues. You can install it easily with a 1/4-inch socket, and we can't forget about the taper. As best I understand it, and keep in mind I'm not a firearms engineer, a taper on the Cherry Bomb aligns with the taper inside of the Jumbo Shrimp. Once the metals heat up just a little, it expands and creates an amazing seal that does several things. This seal keeps the suppressor from walking off or loosening in any way. I can say that this is definitely working because you have to wait for the suppressor to cool a good bit before you can even get a Q suppressor off of a Cherry Bomb. The taper also helps to align the suppressor, and since the tapers are in front of the threads for the suppressor, it keeps the threads completely clean and totally eliminates the chance of the suppressor carbon locking to the Cherry Bomb, as extremely evident in any Cherry Bomb with any use whatsoever. Blast section dirty as hell, threads cleaner than a bottle of hand sanitizer. Needless to say, this little muzzle brake has a lot going on, and sometimes I feel it doesn't quite get the appreciation it deserves. The big question is, how does it sound? And that question always gets a bit more intense when you have a suppressor this small. I was actually extremely impressed with the Jumbo Shrimp, and it greatly exceeded my expectations. And it also exceeded the expectations of everyone else that got to shoot it. When you buy a suppressor, it's kind of a big deal. You have to do some paperwork, they're not exactly cheap, you have to give the government $200 just for the right to own one, and of course there's the wait. You should get lots of opinions and all the information you can to help with your decision. I offer an opinion based on listening to a lot of suppressors and can give you a pretty good idea of what you can expect in performance from that suppressor. I also don't use meters because to some extent the numbers are always usually flawed, and I could go on about that for a long time, but we're not going to do that right now. I do want to make you guys aware of PewScience.com and the J Situation podcasts and the work that they are doing over there. They have a much deeper and better method of testing sound suppression, far superior to a meter, while giving the consumer a single number to compare one suppressor to another. Now, of course, I want you to keep watching my videos, but I also want to make you aware of this awesome tool to get even more information before you make your purchase. I also say all that to talk about hearing safe. When I say something is hearing safe, it is my estimation that I believe that the can would meter at a hearing safe level on that given platform, but that doesn't necessarily mean you could listen to it all day. There's a much deeper explanation of hearing safe over on PewScience.com. And again, you should go check that out because there's just a ton of information over there. And even if you don't want to go into all the deep information that they do have there, they do have the one number sound rating, so you can compare one suppressor to another very easily. The Jumbo Shrimp sounded great on my Bergara Ridgeback with a 24-inch barrel, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. It even sounded really good on my Desert Tech SRS 6.5 Creedmoor with only an 18-inch barrel. And I know Kevin Brittingham is cringing because he hates bullpups, but that is the shortest barrel 6.5 Creedmoor I had to test with. Q makes the claim that the Jumbo Shrimp will be hearing safe on a 16-inch 6.5 Creedmoor like their fix, and I totally think it would be. And that would make an awesome combo. Having the ultralight fix with this ultralight can on it would be an amazing setup for hunting. I feel, and again this is opinion, it's right at the hearing safe thresholds on a 16-inch 5.56. So with limited use, I think it would be okay. But I would like to see some real numbers on that. I do feel if you go any less than 16 inches, you're probably not going to be hearing safe on a 5.56. Enough of me babbling, let me let you hear it for yourself.
Nice!
Now let's listen to the Jumbo Shrimp on a few platforms right next to the Trash Panda and the Thunder Chicken. You guys are always asking for side-by-side comparisons, so there you go. Is that useful information to you, or do you get anything out of that at all? Let me know in the comments section if that's something you want to keep seeing. I think the Jumbo Shrimp is a phenomenal suppressor for the hunter who uses 6.5 Creedmoor. I think it has a place in competitive rifle uses, or just in general, if 6.5 is your jam, this is your can. It has amazing sound suppression and a really great signature, especially given its size. I know a lot of people out there want to use this as a really short 5.56 can, and it will work for that, especially if you're running a 16-inch AR. I will say that there are probably cans specifically built for that purpose that may serve you better, and Q has one of those in the works for that task. I also want to say that unless you're a big hunter, this probably isn't a great first suppressor. I think you would be better served by the Trash Panda or the Thunder Chicken with their 30 caliber bore and greater versatility. The Jumbo Shrimp is a great suppressor for its designated task. Just keep in mind, it may not be for everyone. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and a huge thanks goes out to Silencer Shop for letting me borrow the Jumbo Shrimp and the Trash Panda to get this review out to you. Remember, if you're not using Silencer Shop to do your NFA paperwork, you are just working way too hard. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe right now. As always, we have some really big reviews that we're working on that you won't want to miss. You want to find out what those reviews are way before they hit the YouTube channel? Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. There you can see what's being reviewed in real time. If you want to help support Alabama Arsenal, the best possible way to do that is through Patreon. These videos can be surprisingly expensive to make, and every little bit helps and is greatly appreciated. There's gear available right below the video if you want to go out and represent. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.